Hello, good afternoon everybody. My name is Julie and it's a bit of a miserable day today again. I don't think I've seen a dry day for weeks and weeks. So, a bit glammed up today, got my bright red lipstick on, and also I've got my heels on. My heels. I'll tell you why, because in lockdown, don't you find that you're just wearing your slippers all the time? And I walk around in bare feet quite a lot, or I wear flip-flops, or I wear some flat shoes to go out into the garden. I'm just not wearing heels, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to wear heels today a little bit, just to get my feet not so flat. So I'm a person that used to wear heels a lot. So I've got some lovely pairs of shoes, and it'd be a shame for them not to be able to be worn. My feet would be like duck feet by the time I finish with lockdown. So yeah, so I'm wearing heels today. And I've got some Earl Grey Tea, which is one of my favourites. And do you know, you've just got to look after yourself in this time, haven't you? You've just got to do things and have things that make you feel good. I think we've got another 3 weeks of lockdown here. And the shops aren't going to be open. Not that, you know, I'm bothered about shopping really. I've kind of completely gone off the idea of shopping. I only go out when I really need to. So shopping is not something that I enjoy as much as I used to. I said that a lot, I think. But cheers everybody. And this is a nice Earl Grey, so cheers. Oh, that's nice. It's such a nice taste. It's hard to explain really. It's a bit like between lavender and violets. Yeah, something like that. I'd say that was a good description. So, I've got my very bright lipstick on today. Another kind of lipstick, not my Chanel, but another one. It's a L'Oreal one. So, they make your teeth nice and white. That's probably one of the reasons I like wearing red lipstick as well. Try to put makeup on most days, but some days you don't, do you? Not in lockdown. Anyway, getting to the point of this video. Hope you like my flowers, by the way. I think they're gorgeous. Aldi flowers are amazing. If you go to Aldi just for one thing, go for the flowers, because they're such good value for money and they have such a lovely range and they're very reasonable. They're really, you could have flowers every week and it wouldn't matter. So it's nice to have a vase of flowers in the living room and the kitchen. I always try to, but I don't like going out. So every time I go out shopping, I try to get some flowers. So they're doing quite well. I think the tulips are slightly going over now. They're opening really wide, so maybe it'll be the last days for them. But the roses will carry on. I'll just change the vase and put them in a smaller vase. So, I don't know whether you can see from there, but today's video is a bit of a comparison video. And Nutella is something that is very, very popular. Nutella is something that's very, very popular. And how I found Nutella was on a trip to, was it Germany? We went on a really long trip. We've been on a couple actually. We went one in a car and one on a bike, on a motorbike, a big BMW motorbike. We went for 6.5 weeks and we went all over the place. We went to Lake Garda, Lake Como, and we stayed in a couple of reasonable hotels and stayed in a couple of really nice hotels. And it's so funny with this kind of Nutella and all the things that resemble it. You go in one hotel and you get the little packets of Nutella, and it's the proper Nutella. You go into another hotel and you get, sorry, I've just seen a robin coming for his food. You get to another hotel and you get a funny chocolate spread that isn't Nutella. And one of the ones, we put it, well, Mr. M put it in his coffee. And it was just floating on top like plastic. It was disgusting. So I got into Nutella on this trip, and I would have it on croissants and things like that. And oh, I got slightly addicted to it, but it's quite fattening. So I have to monitor how much I have. So what I've done, I've bought Nutella, I've bought a Hubbard'S food store chocolate spread from Sainsburys, which is the one closest to it, and I've bought a Nutoka hazelnut chocolate spread from Aldi. Now they vary in price. I mean, the Nutella is the most expensive. The Nutoka I got for 99p. 99p. I'm not sure how much the Hubbard, because Mr. M bought that. I don't know how much that was, but I reckon it was about £2. So out of that, the Nutella is the most expensive. So what is the most interesting out of these? They all look different, and the jars are different shapes, very different shapes. This is the copycat for Nutella. But, believe it or not, they've all got 400 grams in, which when I was looking at them earlier, just to kind of do this video, I thought, wow, that's amazing really, because you'd never think that really, looking at the jars. It's just the way the jars are, the way they're shaped. So they're all 400 grams, and they all slightly vary. I think one of them's got like a hazelnut flavour, but no sign of hazelnuts. So I'll get into the video. Let's have a look at the Nutella first. I'll put my glasses on. The Nutella, they say that they, first of all, the ingredients they use is sugar, palm oil, hazelnuts. Now hazelnuts is put in brackets at 13%. Skimmed milk powder, 8.7%. Fat reduced cocoa, 7.4%. Emulsifier. I think that's the stuff that makes it spreadable, I think. Lectins, in brackets soya, vanillion, I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be a vanilla, I don't know. Vanillion, spelt V-A-N-I-L-L-I-N, vanillion. And it says it's gluten-free, suitable for vegetarians. Now, I didn't know that about Nutella until I read the back of here, which is strange. It's gluten-free, so that's pretty good. If you had it on gluten-free bread, you'd be gluten-free, be gluten-free. So they say that there's 7 ingredients, no hydrogenated fats, no preservatives and no colourings. So it all sounds good. It sounds really good. So when we go to the calorie content, now they say a portion is 15 grams. So I don't know, I think probably that's a teaspoon, probably, maybe. And they say in a portion of 15 grams, it's 80 calories. So it's not too bad. If you have a slice of bread and some Nutella, I don't suppose it's too bad for a snack or breakfast. And they say there's 26 servings in this jar, or 15 grams. So you have a couple of teaspoons, it's half that amount obviously. So then we go into the fat content. This is per 15 grams per teaspoon, I think it's teaspoon. And that's 4.6 per 15 grams, of which saturates are 1.6, carbohydrate is 8.6, protein 0.9, and salt 0.016. So that's the amount that's in here. Yeah, so that's Nutella. That's the most popular one, I would say. This is the least, these two, you don't hear them advertised. They're not advertised on Sainsburys, on their Hubbard'S food store. I think it's a relatively new kind of product. This one says it's 33 servings. Now how much does that say that was? Just check. 26 servings, that's interesting. So they say that each serving is, so we look at the calories, serving. Just bear with me for one moment. So per 2 teaspoons is 12 grams. Just saying that 2 teaspoons is 12 grams. So, okay, that might be 2 teaspoons in the Nutella then. So then we start with, I'll just show you that a bit nearer. That's Sainsburys' own Hubbard's food store chocolate spread. It doesn't say anything about hazelnuts on the front. Now the ingredients, it says sugar, rapeseed oil, palm oil, fat reduced cocoa powder 8%, maltodextrin, whey powder, brackets cow's milk, carob powder, emulsifier, sunflower lecithin, flavourings, and then it says hazelnuts right at the very end. But it doesn't say the percentage of hazelnuts in here, which is interesting. They just put it in capitals at the very, very end of the ingredients, which is strange. But it doesn't actually say hazelnuts on the front. So if you can see, I don't know whether you can see that, so it's near enough for you to have a look. But hazelnuts is mentioned at the very, very end, which is interesting, isn't it? Let me see where hazelnuts are mentioned in the third ingredients on the Nutella. So they're promoting hazelnuts by the pictures, you see, but they're not promoting the hazelnuts in the chocolate, just saying it's chocolate spread. So that's interesting. So we go on to Nutoka, which is from Aldi. And this is claimed to be a hazelnut chocolate spread. Have they copied the front of that? I don't know what you think. The jars are kind of similar shapes. The lids are similar, but the jar on the Nutella is bigger. They're copied slightly, I would say. Not over the top. I'm just going to have a little sip of this. I've got a bit hot today. I think I'm having a bit of a flush day today. Okay, that's nice. So let's go on to Nutoka, sorry. Okay, so what do they say about this? They say a hazelnut and chocolate flavoured spread. And the ingredients start with sugar, rapeseed oil, hazelnuts being the third, and it's the same as in the Nutella being the third ingredient. And they say that the hazelnuts is 13%, and it's the same as in, wow, it's the same as in Nutella. 13% hazelnuts in this one, which is 99p from Aldi. Then it goes on to say palm oil, fat reduced cocoa powder 7%, skimmed milk powder, dried glucose syrup, emulsifier, lecithins, in brackets sunflower, then flavouring, excuse me. And yeah, so the typical values. So per serving, they say 15 grams, and this jar contains 26 servings. So they say per 15 grams, it's 84 calories. 84 calories. Steeping up a bit here. Yeah, we just got very, very hot today. I think it's probably the tea as well. And it's quite warmer. Do you know, it was 11 degrees yesterday. And from being -5 here to 11 degrees, it's a massive jump in temperature. But it's just the rain. It's relentless, absolutely relentless. So interesting. So my glasses are slightly steaming up, so bear with me. And then it goes on to, as I said, the 84 calories per 15 grams, the fat 5.3, and the carbohydrate value 7.8, and fibre 0.5, protein 0.9, and salt 0.02. It's very interesting, isn't it, that they've copied that so well. So next thing to do, which is the nice part, is to try it. So what should we do first? We'll try the Nutella first. We'll try that, seeing as that's the most popular. I know this is very liquidy. These are freshly opened, so I'll have to eat more, unfortunately. Just have a look. So I'm trying now Nutella. So it's quite hard to get into. Okay, so I'm taking too much really. Let me have a little taste. Hazelnuts come through very quickly. Yes. Very quickly. Quite sweet. Very thick. I think it's been stored in our conservatory, so it's quite cold. They say not to store it in a refrigerator. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, very hazelnutty. You can really taste hazelnuts and the chocolate with it as well. It's very good. Yeah, very nice. So let's try Nutoka. Okay, same kind of seal. So how, oh, it's very, very soft. It's much softer to go into, and it's been stored in the same way. So you taste more chocolate. Yeah, you taste more chocolate than you do hazelnuts. But there's supposed to be the same amount of hazelnuts. That's interesting in itself, isn't it? So it's supposed to be 13, just check that again, I think it's 13% on each one. Just check that. Yeah, 13% in each one, but the chocolate comes through quicker, more than the hazelnuts. So, last one doesn't claim on the front packaging to have hazelnuts. It only mentions it at the end. So we're looking more at a chocolate spread. This is like a greaseproof paper. Let's have a little taste of this. Okay. Oh, it's very bitty. There's bits in it. Really nice chocolate. You can't taste any hazelnuts at all. Yeah, it's just chocolate. Very nice, but very bitty. There's bits in it. It's almost like an ingredient has been added, but they haven't mixed it in properly. It's very bitty. I don't know whether that's chunks of bits of chocolate or bits of other things, but it's very bitty. Yeah, so that's not a hazelnut spread. That's a chocolate spread, which it does say on the front, but it does mention hazelnuts at the very end. But it doesn't say the quantity. That's interesting in itself. So yeah, that's definitely more of a chocolate spread. That's not anything to do with hazelnuts at all. That one, the chocolate comes through first. Let me just go back to a little bit of that. Second. It's quite a lovely job I have. I'm trying this today. Chocolatey and hazelnutty. Do you know, they're ever so similar. They really are very, very similar. The Nutoka looks a bit darker in the colour. I don't know what you think. A little bit darker in colour. But they're so similar. You know, they've got it very, very, very similar. We just have one more taste of the Nutella. I think I've had my quota for the day, don't you? Robert's going to say, where on earth is all this gone? Where is all these spoons gone into? Yeah. Very, very, very similar. So, in my opinion, definitely a chocolate spread. If you want chocolate spread, that's fine. Might be nice in a cake, but bitty, very bitty. And these two, there's not much difference between them. Texture slightly different maybe, but not much difference. And the same weight, 400 grams. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. Try Nutella, see what you think, because it's lovely on toast. When you've had hot toast, I don't have it with butter when I have Nutella because it's just too much, it's just too indulging. Nice on pancakes, nice in cakes, nice on crumpets. So yeah, it's a very, very nice product, but you do get slightly addicted to it. But they're doing well with that one. They're doing really, really well, and I'm impressed. So if you want something slightly cheaper, and you want it for your children, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Well, okay, interesting. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I've been curious about it for a long time, about these different ones that they bring out, and I think Aldi do a great job of copying different things. So I hope it's been of interest to you. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all not going stir crazy and keeping yourself busy. I'll be coming up with lots of other videos for you, and thank you for joining me today, and thank you for watching. My name is Julie, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to try and get out of this chair with my heels. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much. I've done it.